From the Century Clubhouse Theater in New York City, this is The Talk Show, starring Eric Metaxas. I'm Alvin Sadar, along with Zach Mullen and the Clubhouse Band, inviting you to join Eric and his guest tonight, Monty Python comedy legend John Cleese, Jersey Shore's Mike the Situation Sorrentino, Supermodel Carol Holt, and the Love Master, comedian Craig Shoemaker. Ladies and gentlemen, fasten your seatbelts and please keep your arms and legs inside the car at all times. Here comes Mr. Thrill Ride himself, Eric Metaxas!
Unbelievable. What is happening here? Let me just get started by telling you I had a kind of a weird thing happen on the way to the show tonight. I was on the subway. Just go with it. I was on the subway, and there was a guitarist, playing for tips, and it was so nice. I thought I would tip him, and he told me he only takes crypto. Yeah. It's like, what happened? What happened? Things have gotten weird. I think let's just be honest. Things are insane. Things are very weird. Gas costs a fortune. It's insane how much it costs. And who would have thought that the best deal at the Shell station would ever be the $3 microwave burrito? Who thought that? Anybody? Anybody? Yeah. Okay, people are starting to go back into movie theaters. Are you looking forward to the new Mission Impossible? I don't know if you know about this one. The new Mission Impossible movie. In this one, Tom Cruise tries to dunk a basketball. Yeah, I don't get that joke. Is that a mean joke? I don't understand that. This is true. Researchers in Canada, botanists, have discovered a meat-eating plant in Canada, okay? We've heard about these in the Amazon basin, whatever, not in Canada. Well, these Canadian researchers determined that the plant started eating meat because it just got tired of explaining its vegan lifestyle. Yeah, it becomes very time-consuming and just like, you know what? I'm just gonna eat meat. Enough, I don't care. Okay, by the way, Detroit's sanitation workers, I just read this, they're threatening to go on strike. And Detroit's mayor said not to worry because Detroit will continue to look and smell exactly the same. Yeah. I read this morning that Google says they're updating their keyboards to include Morse code, which is perfect in case you have to email plans to the Union Army. I'm always curious, any Civil War veterans in the audience? Anybody? Yeah. Lincoln was shot right up there. Okay, the FDA, this is true actually, the FDA is investigating Gerber after heavy metals were found in its baby food. They said heavy metal and diapers do not mix unless you're talking about Ozzy Osbourne, and then perhaps they do. All right. And finally, folks, this one makes a lot of sense. It kind of freaked me out when I read this. Scientists have figured out why women tend to live longer than men. It's because whenever there's a noise in the middle of the night, wives, send their husbands to investigate. Doesn't that explain it? All right, thank you. Thank you. Wow. Alvin, they laughed at some of those jokes.
It seemed that way.
Now, I gotta say, folks, I wanna say hello to my good friend and food taster, Alvin Sadar. Alvin, welcome.
Thank you. You always think of me. Always think of me first. I love it.
You've saved my life so many times by ingesting poison. I just love that.
What?
Now, here's a fun fact about Alvin that you might not know. Alvin has an identical twin brother who looks exactly like him.
I do.
Yeah, most identical twin brothers would look like that. But here's what you didn't know.
Yeah.
Your identical twin brother is a weatherman. Really? Is that
Yep.
true?
He is a meteorologist, and every year he promises he's going to name a hurricane after me. but then it gets downgraded to a tropical storm. So.
Yeah, yeah. Well, we've got an amazing show. Now, this is hard to believe, but true. This is true. In a few minutes, I'm going to air a conversation I had with one of the legends of comedy, Monty Python's own John Cleese. I can't believe it happened. Yeah, it's insane. I'm still pinching myself. It's like it's insane. It was amazing. We did a shot of whiskey together. The whole thing was insane, but it happened. We're going to play that. After that, we have a real live guest coming on the show. This is a big deal. Model, supermodel, actress, influencer, Carol Alt will be on the program. And after Carol, we got some fun stuff planned. And then after that, Mike, The Situation. And we have Love Master comedian Craig Shoemaker. What the heck does that mean, Love Master comedian? It's creepy. But now, I gotta say, you're gonna find out what it means. Since we've got the Love Master in the house, I think it would be a perfect night to see if we might have a love match in our audience, because New Yorkers are, they're famously single. They get married late. They get divorced early. And maybe we have some singles in our audience that would be interested in being matched up by the Love Master. You think we should try it?
Yep. I talked to a few people before the show today.
Oh, you're already on the job.
Yeah, I'm on the job.
You're on the job.
See, now you know what I do around here.
Now I know what you do.
Okay, and there's just a couple. We obviously have a man, we have a woman, and I think they're in the audience. Well, they are in the audience, but if they could stand up right now. We've got
one.
There's one. Okay, there's the lady.
I'm gonna get. Oh gosh. Hey, let me. I want to talk to these two. To these two very naive young people. Come on down. Now you're okay. Yeah, young man, please come down here. This is making me very nervous. Now, okay, ladies first. What is your name? Where are you from?
My name is Madison. I'm from Queens.
Madison from Queens.
Yes.
And what's your name?
I'm Zach, and I'm from New Jersey.
Let me start on a positive note. You look great together. Okay. So on a very superficial note, the kind of thing that ultimately means nothing in a relationship, that I think that you look great together, and so that it bodes well. So let me ask you this. We want to kind of start you out. How does, for your first date, like a fancy dinner and a show, would you be willing to do that?
I would love that.
You with this guy?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, so dinner at a fancy restaurant and a show. Unfortunately, this is the show. Okay, so, but listen, but here's the good news. Throughout the show, we've got you the best seats in the house. You see that balcony up there? Okay, Lincoln was murdered in that balcony. I want to be honest, that's the kind of a theater, is this history here, okay? They got the blood out, but you're going to be seated up there, and we're going to see throughout the show, you're going to sit up there, and we're going to see if we can make a love connection. Thank you for playing along. And I apologize in advance. Thank you. Okay, we've got to, yeah. These are great. These are good sports, especially because I know what's coming. All right, now we've got to go to a commercial break. When we come back, this is true, folks. The man, the legend, the man who invented the silly walk, the great John Cleese. Stick around. Seriously. Wow. Welcome back. Before we do anything else, let's check in with our potential lovebirds. How you guys doing up there? All right. We were recently in Las Vegas, and I got to have a conversation with him. You know him. He's a founding member of Monty Python. Let's play my conversation with the legend known as John Cleese.
This is a great privilege of my life.
You sweet.
I love you. I really do. I love you. Here.
Oh, cheers.
Cheers. Very nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Was that right?
Of course. Thank you so
Where's
much.
South Dakota? Is it Carson
I think
City?
we're done here. Who cares about South Dakota? That's an old Groucho joke. You mentioned the Marx Brothers earlier.
Yes.
As being proponents of silliness in the American vein.
Yes.
And there's an old story where Groucho was invited to a seance, and they said, the spirits are here. This is a true story. The spirits are here. Dick Cavett told me this story. The spirits are here, the spirits are here. Does anyone have a question for the spirits? And Groucho said, I got a question. What's capital of North Dakota? And they chased him out. So Cavett has been repeating this story.
My most treasured memory of Groucho is when he's the house doctor. A man collapses in the lobby. Groucho leaps forward and takes the guy's wrist, and holds it for a few seconds, and then he says, either this man is dead or my watch is stopped.
That's a famous line. I don't know the movie.
Almost my favorite joke. I don't know why it makes. I'll tell you why. Because it means nothing. The really funny things never mean anything. Take Life of Brian, a favorite line. Brian has got the group there, and he says, "You're all individuals." And they say, "Yes, we're all individuals." Must think for yourself. Yes, we must think for ourselves. Tell us more. And then he says, "You're all individuals." And one man says, "I'm not." I think that's hilarious.
Actually,
but
that
it
is
doesn't mean
hilarious.
anything.
That is, okay, now who wrote that? Who wrote that?
Oh, I know. Probably me.
Probably. Yeah. Okay, what's your favorite Python skit? Have you one?
Cheese shop.
Okay.
Because it's the only time I ever wrote a sketch, which when I read it out, caused Michael Palin to laugh so much he fell off his chair.
I have another question. I wasn't going to ask this, but may I touch your breasts? You know what? Think about it. Don't give me an answer, but we'll get back to you later.
I'll get back to you.
I really am friends with Dick Cavett, and I asked him what he would ask you if he were
He's
here.
lovely. You know, he interviewed me once.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all. But he said
He was the best,
He
too.
said that of course he is. He said that I should ask you to name your 5 favorite Americans. I don't know why.
Oh, how
But he did, so I
interesting.
thought, in honor of Dick, let me ask you. If you can think of any.
James Thurber, I think. Because some of his stories make me laugh more than anyone else.
They're giving me the hook.
Why?
I
This
mentioned-
is much too interesting.
Have I mentioned how much I love you?
Yes. You asked if you can touch my breast, but I have to get back to
You know what? I may have been kidding.
Oh, that's great. Terrific.
I really cannot believe I got to sit down with John Cleese. There was more. We will post the whole interview, but it was just amazing. Now, when we get back, we get to talk to a live guest here in New York, not in Vegas, no, right here in New York, supermodel, actress, and raw foods advocate, Carol Alt. Stay tuned. Oh my goodness. Okay, Alvin, where do we go from here? Let me ask you a question.
Yes,
How
sir.
long have we known each other?
A long time.
I think about a year too long.
Yeah, maybe.
Right? Wouldn't you say, right?
13
Okay, now listen.
months.
People know, because we've known each other so long,
Yeah.
one of the things, do you know what I admire the most about you?
Oh, yeah. My beautiful mezzo-soprano voice.
No, the one thing that I admire the most about you, this is true,
Yeah.
you have your engineering skills, you have the ability, because I've seen it over decades now, to invent actual products and gizmos.
Yes.
People don't know that about you, and I wanted to know if maybe you would share some of those inventions with the audience tonight.
Yes, I would like to, because it looks like a gold mine. Thank you. Thank you. Of possible investors here or watching around the country.
Okay.
Right?
So for all you know,
Yeah.
there could be like a sucker, an investor
Investor.
type in the audience.
We call them investors.
All right. So, all right, what do you got?
Okay,
What do you
yeah.
got?
Now look, if you're a really good baker and you bake cookies, but they take them to a party and then suddenly everybody eats all the cookies and you don't get to eat your own cookie, Well, here's the solution. It's the once-bitten cookie cutter. You see that? Now, there's a bite taken out of the cookie, right?
Right.
Okay, now, I've already made a plate of these great, yummy cookies, but look how disgusting they are.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So the cookies, these cookies look really, really nummy until you notice, ew, this is so repulsive, even I don't want to eat them, and I haven't eaten all day. Alvin, this is brilliant. You can make a lot of money off of this.
I know.
I get 15% because it's my show.
Moving right along.
What else you got?
Endorsed by Eric
That is
Now,
genius. That's
you mentioned
genius.
your car was broken into in the monologue.
Yeah.
And I think that was true.
No, that was just for the sake of the joke. But go ahead.
Okay, but let's pretend.
Let's pretend it really happened.
Okay, for the sake of this joke.
Let's pretend I drive a Kia and it was broken into.
But what happens if your apartment or your house is broken into, right? And you don't want to have a guard dog because they're ugly, maybe they're scary, they might bite the kids.
They chew the furniture. You don't want a gigantic guard dog, but you want to scare the burglars.
That's right, so that's why you get yourself the Dober mask. This is a mask of a Doberman Pinscher, right? You put that on the head of your cat or puppy, right?
Whoa, you put it, so you don't wear, you put this on that. We have a little 8-pound Morkie, so I put the Dober mask on Georgie, or if I had a cat, and you let them wander around, and the person looks through the window, they see the scary Doberman Pinscher mask, and they run.
Yeah, because burglars aren't really that smart.
That's true. Okay. That's true. Crime never pays.
Now see, this is a real seller right here.
This is the Dober mask, ladies and gentlemen. Do you want to? If you don't invest in this, you're crazy.
Okay.
All right.
Now, in your refrigerator, there might be a carton of milk or there might be a bottle of juice or something like that. And, you know, Dad especially might come and drink right out of the carton. But there are other people in the house, but they're not going to drink out of the same spout. So what they need is the multi-spout. You see that? Look at that, right there. Everybody gets their own spout. You know, mom, brother, you know, your sister that drinks oat milk or whatever. And then if the neighbors come over and they want to drink out of your carton, everybody.
Right. You're solving America's problems, Alvin.
I am.
I want to say thank you.
Oh, you're very, very welcome.
Well, I got to tell you, this road is paved with good inventions.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay. Great stuff, Alvin. Congratulations. After the break, we'll be right back. Stay right there. Congratulations. Very good. Welcome back. Before we go to our supermodel, Alvin, are you up there? How's our couple doing up there?
I don't know. I'm looking for sparks or flames or dynamite or something. But how you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Wow, we got a pretty good over here.
Pretty good. Okay.
Enjoying myself.
Enjoying yourself? Oh, Zach, get ready.
Folks, I mentioned supermodel Carol Alt is my guest. Now, you would never guess this, but she and I actually have a number of things in common. We were both born in Queens, New York. We are native New Yorkers. Her father was a chief in the Bronx Fire Department. My Uncle Joe was a fireman in the Bronx. We both have German backgrounds. We're around the same age, and I think we're exactly the same height. Please welcome supermodel Carol Alt. You're tall for your age, aren't you?
I'm tall for my height.
You surprised me. Okay, there's so much I want to say to you, but I want to just to orient the audience, okay?
Okay.
It says in my notes, researchers have prepared these notes here.
Oh yes, heavy
and
research.
I can't believe this. It says that when you started out in the business, Life magazine called you the next $1 million face. That's back when $1 million was a lot of money.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, right? And you were hailed by a magazine, it's either Playboy or The Economist, referred to you as the most beautiful woman in the world. So here's my question, Carol Alt. How does that, at age 18 or 19, how does that not mess you up? Because that's an amazing thing when these gigantic newspapers and magazines say these things about you. How do you not let that go to your head?
Well, Elle Macpherson was the body, so I felt kind of cheated, actually.
Oh, you felt...
That and a token on the subway, right?
You're from Queens.
I am, from
And I'm
College
from
Point.
Now, College Point...
I was born in Flushing Hospital.
I was born in Astoria Hospital, much cleaner.
And my father was a... My father was a beat cop in Astoria.
Exactly.
Before he was a fire chief in the South Bronx.
I think he arrested a lot of my relatives.
I bet he did.
Yes. Well, I just love the fact that you're a New Yorker, but, you know, growing up in Queens or whatever, you obviously were tall and beautiful at a young age, but did it ever occur to you that you would have a life in modeling?
Not at all. My mother said to me one time, "You're so dramatic. You're either going to be a lawyer or an actress." So I went to law school.
You're serious?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I went to law school through Army ROTC. I thought I was going to be a JAG. I wanted to be a JAG, baby.
I didn't see that coming. I'll be honest, I didn't see that coming.
Wait,
You wanted
it's
to be
not
a
in your
JAG.
cards there?
It's
What
not
kind
in the
of
cards.
research?
It's not in the cards. So how did your family feel about it when you decided to go into modeling?
My mother was she was a showroom model, and she said, "It's lunchtime standing and you're too fat." And yeah.
Your mother said you were too fat?
Yep, you're too fat. You're not going to be able to do this. And then later on, when I kind of made it a little bit and I was working, she said, "See, it was reverse psychology." By the way, my mother just turned 90 years old. That's the picture right there from her birthday party. And the same day that she turned 90, she bought herself a Mercedes. I mean, my mom's my hero.
Oh, I love this. Now, now, is this true? Because you really were such a gigantic, metaphorically gigantic supermodel that you knew everybody, you were going everywhere. Is it true that you once brought Warren Beatty home to meet your family?
My family and the entire neighborhood.
Yeah.
Yes, everybody turned out to meet Warren, yes. And it's so funny because he showed up in this old Mercedes and I kept thinking, this is Warren Beatty. And he's driving an old Mercedes. When I was 19, what did I know about antique cars?
Wow.
And my father brought out a book where he had all my covers and they were in laminate and he was like, and this is Carol on the cover of Vogue. And this is Carol on the cover of Mademoiselle. And there's Warren Beatty.
This is the Warren Beatty.
The Warren Beatty.
You're not putting us on.
No.
No, that's just,
Nope.
that's amazing. Okay, now, many people might not know, you've been in a zillion films.
Yes.
You've authored many books. You have your own skincare line. Where did your entrepreneurial spirit come from?
Necessity is the mother of invention.
Yeah?
I needed help. I needed a skincare that was going to work.
Right? Okay, now you've done so many films. You just completed a project with Kelsey Grammer.
Yes, so Kelsey's going to do Frasier again in the fall. He's rebooting Frasier.
Frasier reboot.
He is, yes. Yeah, that's really cool. But we're working on a project called Paper Empire. And I get to play the femme fatale. I'm very excited because usually I play the nun and the good girl and the mafia princess and all this other stuff and Alec Baldwin's wife and this and in Woody Allen's movie. But I get to play the femme fatale, and Paper Empire is about Bitcoin and cyber stuff, and it's all kind of intriguey, but it's a great cast.
And Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, 6-time Emmy Award winner. I mean, he's amazing. You know, when you work with somebody like that, you really got to bring your A game. You know, you really step up to work with somebody like that, and you work really hard when you're on the set with them, and then it's just like a great tennis match, you know, when you really get going. But you know, Wesley Snipes is in it, and Ann Archer, and Denise Richards, Robert Davi. I hope I'm not leaving anybody out. I mean, it's a really great cast.
And you really grew up in Flushing. I don't believe it. We're going to go to break. When we come back, more with Carol Alt. All right, we are back with actress, supermodel, and raw food enthusiast, Carol Alt. Okay, now Carol, Carol told me privately that besides tasting good, there are hidden benefits to the 5 items on this table, and Carol is going to test my knowledge. Okay, I see avocados, I see bananas, I see honey, olive oil, I see a dark beverage of some kind. Okay, Carol, I'm ready. Stump me.
Okay, so besides making toast very expensive, this also makes a great skincare. Oh, you gave away the
I was
answer.
going to say, I think everybody knows that might be avocado.
Yeah, no, look, watch.
Yeah?
I won't put it on your face because you don't have makeup, but
Yeah.
look at how nice and soft and...
Look at how green and greasy that makes me look. That's unbelievable.
Oh, come on.
Who wouldn't love that?
All of us women know a green, greasy mask makes your skin look good.
You know, Lou Ferrigno used this on the Hulk. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That was true.
I'm not sure it did wonders for his skin.
That was Lou's secret. Okay, next question.
All right, the next item up makes a very popular salad dressing, okay? It is also the product that the Corleone family in The Godfather has laundered their money.
All right, now
It can also help you with insomnia.
I happen to be a big Godfather enthusiast. So I happen to know the line where Frank Pantangeli says, I don't know nothing about that. We was just in the olive oil business. So I'm going to guess olive oil. Yeah?
Yes.
Did I get it? All right.
Well, you know, your brain is over 95% fat. So the better the olive oil that you have, the longer you can stay smart.
Really?
Absolutely.
What if you're not that smart to begin with?
Maybe it'll make you smarter.
Okay. Wow.
Let's hope.
Olive oil. Okay. So you're a big fan of this olive oil stuff.
I'm very, you know, I carry it with me. Like I said to every restaurant, all my girlfriends are like, okay, Carol, you got the olive oil? I'm like, you know, now I'm carrying like 2 and 3 bottles of it because everybody wants it.
Even at McDonald's, come on.
Absolutely, all over everything.
All right.
And then I rub it on my skin.
Okay, so I got 2 out of 2. I'm
Keeps the
feeling
guys
really
away.
good about myself. My food knowledge.
He's doing good, right? Come on,
Yeah.
guys, he's doing good.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, you can call your wife this, but you'll get in trouble if you call somebody else's wife this. By the way, it could also help you with your allergies, and it can also help you get rid of earwax. What is it?
You know, earwax? Do I really want to put honey in my ear? Do I want to even acknowledge publicly that I might have an earwax issue? Do I want to do that?
You could also put a candle in your ear and get rid of earwax.
Right,
You know, it's your choice.
But I mean, if you've got really serious earwax problems, you're telling me that honey works.
Yeah, I know, but if you call your wife honey and you got an earwax problem, she might not hear it. Oh.
That was clever. That was actually clever. All right.
All right, and finally, this is an absolutely excellent source of potassium, but it could be hazardous to your health if you're not paying attention. And you could use it for your hemorrhoids.
Okay,
What
first
is
of all,
it?
I don't have hemorrhoids, Carol. And if
That's
I did, I
because
wouldn't
he
tell you
knows
on this
this
show.
trick.
But so you're telling me,
The only one left.
Great
Come on.
source of potassium. You could slip on it, so
Right.
But you're telling me somehow there's a connection between bananas and curing hemorrhoids.
Yeah,
now, the
and
thing
it's
is,
not the whole banana, guys. Okay, I know what you're thinking.
But
You know,
well, the reason you don't know this, Carol, but we chose this crowd because all these people, you could see their grimaces. I wanted to end on a magical, sweet, positive note.
I'm not
and
a magical,
Carol,
sweet girl.
yes, no, you are. You are. Carol, we love you. We're going to take a break. We're going to come back. Stick around, but I want you to thank my friend Carol Alt. God bless you. Amazing. Folks, welcome back. My next guest made a name for himself by coining the phrase GTL, Gym Tan Laundry, on the hit reality show Jersey Shore. Today, he's older and wiser, thank the Lord. But he's still tan, he's still buff, he's still down the shore, this time on Jersey Shore's family vacation. Please welcome Mike, the Situation, Sorrentino. You know, I'm sorry we're both dressed because my six-pack is like yours used to be.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah,
You have
it's
an amazing,
unbelievable.
amazing setup here.
I mean, people know you from the Jersey Shore.
Yes.
But you're in the middle of filming the 6th season
Yes.
of Jersey Shore,
Yes.
Family Vacation. How is that going?
It's going amazing. We pretty much turned 15 minutes of fame into 15 years.
Yeah.
So
You made a monkey out of Andy Warhol, didn't you?
Yes, and
Yeah.
I think just on this series alone, we have almost 120 plus episodes, and we're still going. So I'm so grateful.
How have the cast members changed since the beginning of the Jersey Shore? This was 2009.
Yes.
So how's everybody? I mean, this is.
I mean, listen, we were in our 20s, and I guess it's the rite of passage to sort of be the captain of the Hot Mess Express.
Yeah.
But, you
Yeah.
know, 14 years later, we've matured, we've grown up, and now, like I said, Snooki's got 3 kids, JWoww has 2.
Snooki has 3 kids.
Yes, Dina has 2, and now I am also a father, and we've grown up and we've matured, yeah. I'm in a healthy marriage of 4 years.
Oh.
And, you know, the comeback is greater than the setback.
So how has fatherhood changed you? How has marriage changed you? I mean, these are big things in life.
Fatherhood is probably my biggest flex, which means I just love being a dad.
Yeah.
Marriage, I guess, has taught me patience.
Yeah.
As well as a happy wife is a happy life.
Good man. That's huge. Just to realize that. I mean, because people act like, you know, it's no big deal. Being a man, being a real man,
Yes.
and loving your wife,
Yes.
even when she might at times be unlovable. Just saying, theoretically, right?
No, I don't know about that one.
Because
I don't know about that one, but
then when you're unlovable, maybe she loves you, and that's called a marriage.
unconditional love.
It's unbelievable. And so the kid thing,
The kid thing is amazing. I love being a dad. And I have another one on the way, and I can't wait to make the family even bigger. So
that's fantastic. All right, we're gonna do something very crazy in just a minute. But you're known for some memorable quotes that were inspired by some of your experiences. So I'm
Yes.
gonna read a couple of them. You tell me what they mean. Okay, number 1: the comeback is always greater than the setback. You said that a moment
Yes,
ago.
I did, because I faced a monster setback with addiction and a huge United States court case. And I had to really stay in faith and believe in myself and believe in my God above that I was going to get through it. And I did. But both can apply. If you don't believe in yourself and you don't stay in faith, the opposite could have happened.
Yeah. A bitter root will only produce bitter fruit.
Yes, yes, that means to be positive, because if you are negative, you will get negative results.
This one I really like, the last one, before we do our crazy thing. We didn't come this far just to come this far.
Oh, I love that one. I think that applies to just not giving up, even when you're doing the right thing. Keep moving forward. You know what I'm saying? I think we all go through that.
Be like a shark. You stop moving, you die.
Yeah,
Right.
pretty much. You got to keep moving forward.
All right. We know you're quite an athlete, but the game that we're going to play here, I wasn't expecting this. You've mastered the game of cornhole.
I fell into it, yeah.
Ha-
Fell into it.
You know, you probably don't realize this, Mike. How would you know? Because you haven't been on the show before. But we play a lot of cornhole
Oh,
on this
stop
show.
it.
Yeah, no. Every day,
stop
you know,
it.
just to wind down,
Yes.
Alvin and I play a little cornhole. And we were kind of thinking that maybe we would, you know, just play a little cornhole, you know, since we're here. And since you're good, maybe you can show me how it's done.
We're going to toss the bags.
You can toss the bags. We're going to show you how it's done.
It's
Let's
happening.
go.
We got a situation. You want to warm up first?
I want to, no. Okay, so now here's my question. Why?
Well, ESPN hit me up, and they said to come out to Atlantic City.
ESPN?
Yes.
Okay.
They said, can the situation come out to Atlantic City? And I said, no problem. It was a tournament on no practice, and I showed up, and for about an hour and a half, I was getting 2 to the left, 2 to the right, and my management's like, oh my God, we're gonna embarrass ourselves on like national TV. And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. I hope this is not the Donald Trump roast again. So I stepped on stage, they mic'd me, lights on, camera announces, and next thing you know, with the pressure, I just started sinking them. And I'm like, oh my God, it's happening. We got a situation.
Can I try one?
Yes, yes.
All right. This is unbelievable. I can't believe you just did that. You just like go right into the hole.
Oh!
Say, folks, that's not too bad. Alvin.
The comeback is greater than the setback. Let's go.
How do you do? What's the?
Hey!
Wow. Thank you, Mike. Don't go away. We've got more when we return. Thank you so much.
God bless you.
Unbelievable. Well, I think many of you already know my next guest as a hilarious stand-up comic who's made audiences laugh for the better part of the last 3 decades. He's also an author, he's a filmmaker, but let's face it, his most important role, at least today, is as the love master. Please welcome from the city of brotherly love, Craig Shoemaker. Welcome.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you.
Please.
Thank you for getting my name right. I just want to appreciate that.
Then it is pronounced Craig.
No. The shoemaker, people go Schumacher.
Oh, Schumacher?
Yeah, you make shoes, you don't mock shoes.
Right.
Unless they're Crocs, those you can mock.
Well, but that was good.
You know, the holes are first so your self-esteem can slip out. That's what
Oh, my gosh.
I have 5 pairs, so don't worry.
But my
and
first
I'm so
question-
happy, by the way, to be back doing comedy and live. I've been on Zoom. This is great to wear pants. This is fantastic. This is unbelievable. Been shut away. I did my first casino gig. Do you know they're doing a casino to make you gamble no longer, make you dizzy? They pump oxygen in a casino, makes people nuts. They have all this oxygen. One guy's going, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers, I hit all the numbers. Buddy, you're in the elevator. Calm it down there.
That was my first question.
Yeah.
As a comedian, how did the pandemic affect you? It's insane.
Oh, it was horrible for me. I mean, first of all, it made me nuts how people went crazy.
Yeah.
The first thing, I live in LA now.
Did
the
you
first
notice
thing
that?
They went to Costco and they took all the toilet paper.
Right.
Right? And that's the first move that we made. And I have no toilet paper. I'm ad-libbing coffee filters. I'm using coffee filters. By the way, it does affect the taste of the coffee. I got to be honest with you. Listen, it's been a while, don't groan, okay? We don't need any more canceling, do we?
I think we're done here. Good night. Let me ask you, like, this is kind of a standard question, but when did you think you wanted to become a comedian? I'm always fascinated, you know, as a young person.
Yeah.
Did you think in your mind, maybe I want to be a comedian?
Well, it comes from adversity, and my dad left when I was born.
Is that
I
true?
said, wah. My mom raised us. She played both roles. She'd come home from work. Wait till your father gets home. I'm here. Wash the dishes. Pull my finger. 50-50 shot. I grew up, Eric, I grew up with all girls in the house. My first shave was with an epilady, I swear to God.
That hurts just hearing you say that.
It takes the hair out by the root. First shave was at 13, next one at 30. That's a clean shave.
Okay, so when you were a kid...
Oh yeah, I was a kid surrounded by females.
When you were a kid, were you known to be funny as a kid, or did that develop later?
Well, I had to be. I was very tiny, and I was built like. Remember Barney Fife, the Andy Griffith Show?
I think so.
Remember a lot of you too. You think I'm talking about Barney the dinosaur out here?
Yeah.
I was very tiny. I used to walk around. You
were like
I was
Don
bullied.
Knotts.
Yeah. I was okay. There, pull my underwear. Give me a wedgie. I love it up there. That's fantastic. I love Barney Fife.
Who doesn't love Barney Fife? He was like one of the greatest characters in the history of the world. Barney Fife was unbelievable. So you're telling me, even as a kid, you were funny?
Yeah. And strangely enough, I have an odd story about him. He was doing a movie called Pleasantville. You ever see Pleasantville?
Yes.
And he played the TV repairman.
Yes.
And he got sick, and I had to replace his voice for most of the movie. It's me doing him as an old guy, which is, I know. So if you watch the movie, he circles the apple on a telestrator. It's my voice going, boom, what do you call that right there, bud? The forbidden fruit here in Pleasantville. I'm your TV repairman. I know, crazy. But I was obsessed when I was a kid with Hollywood and comedians.
You probably could do impressions when you were a kid.
Yes.
Right?
I used to do.
What was your first impression?
Wow, that's a good question. Jimmy Stewart.
No.
Yeah, I used to do Jimmy Stewart. This is going old school. As a horse race announcer was my first bit I ever did. I used to go, well, the horses are down there in the gate, and they're off. Well, he's, you see, yeah, there you go. Mr. Ed wins by a length.
Listen, I love impressions, and you are excellent at these impressions. Those are very good. Those are very, very good. Yeah, those are very good. So you could do that as a kid. That's amazing to me.
I did the whole cast of Mayberry. Even Floyd, I used to say he was the dealer. He was the drug dealer. I'm high-zicated. That's damn good reefer right there, Floyd. I got the munchies. That was my first act I ever did.
Okay, so you now was your mother happy when you decided to go into comedy?
No.
No. What did you want you to do?
Especially when I tell the truth about the family.
Right.
You know. Plus, all the feminine stuff in our house. We had no scale.
Yeah.
I guess women don't like scale. I didn't know what I weighed my whole childhood. I went out for wrestling. I said, what weight class? Petite 4. Trying to get down to a 2. And the bathroom had all these girly things, tweezers, cotton balls, eyelash curlers. You ladies use an eyelash curler? I'm wondering why. Is that to appeal to men? Trust me, what we're looking for, that's not even in the top 500. Have you ever once seen a guy go, you see the lashes on that chick?
Yeah.
Oh, so incredibly curly.
All right, listen, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, more love with Craig Shoemaker. Stay right there. Folks, we're back with Craig Shoemaker, also known as the Love Master. Now, Craig, how was the Love Master born? And I'm talking metaphorically.
Well, he was born because I was a geek in high school.
Yeah. This goes that far back to high school.
Oh, I was 5'1", 92 pounds, and so the girls would all use the F word with me, friend. I was always the friend. You know, girls go to the bathroom together. They took me with them. That's what a geek I was.
That would be very wounding for a young man.
It was very wounding, yes.
Yeah.
And so they would always talk about bad guys, you know. And I go, yeah, I'll fix you up. Oh yeah, I know him. I'll fix you up. And I'm thinking, give the geek a chance. I'm the Love Master, baby. Yeah, baby, I love you so good. Your neighbor will have a smoke, baby. Oh yeah, that's right, baby.
I don't know if you know this, but we've got a couple here. Yeah. On a date, and I want to know any advice for this couple on their first date. Any advice from the Love Master?
I don't know if you want advice from me. I'm married, but I'm also divorced. By the way, all my shows this year are benefit shows, and all proceeds go to my ex-wife.
This couple, which was genuinely randomly chosen from the audience, if you decide that you want to go to dinner together, we will give you a $200, it's American dollars, $200 gift certificate to my favorite restaurant, Orsay on the Upper East Side. And if you decide, you know, maybe you want this to be your last date, we will give you each a $50 MTA subway card. So we're going to ask you what you want to do in a second, but I want to ask the audience, based on what you know, which is almost nothing, what do you think they should do? How many people think they're going to go on a date? Yes? That's a lot. Okay.
Sounds positive.
And how many people think not a chance? All right. Well, the audience has voted. What the couple gets to, they get the final choice. Okay.
Okay, they have decided to go on a date.
I'm so glad that we ended on such a happy note. We are in fact out of time. That's our show. So thank you for coming. Thank you, Craig Shoemaker, and we'll see you next time.